you'd stand for the pledge, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Well, it's great to have all of you back here again. We haven't been here in quite a while. We haven't been our normal approach to life. And we're going to start off with a group from Mrs. Rivera's classroom. They're fifth graders. If you would give them a warm welcome as they enter, please.
Good morning. I would like to introduce my class of fifth graders. They have been working on a couple poems that they will perform for you, and they're very excited, a little nervous, but very excited. And they've been working pretty hard trying to memorize them, which isn't easy for anybody, but they're doing a really great job. So I'm just going to go down through and introduce them very quickly. When I say your name, just raise your hand. We have Miley, Isabella, Harmony, Yara, Nakari, then we have Jamari, Nathaniel, Sirnay, Aiden, Nazar, Madej, Muhammad, Fatuma, Xavier, Maya, and Richard. Each one of the following are going to read their own portion.
I read books because I take me to places. In time I look past so many faces. Detective stories that are so many kisses. While I love reading books. When I'm at home, I read 2 or 3 books. My mom says she thinks I'm totally hooked. You will be too if you will only look. While I love reading books.
My dad says, Kevin, why don't you slow down? There's plenty of books here from the city to the ground. You read it like candy, you got with it by the pound. Oh, how I love reading books. I find them fascinating, excited, and so I learn about a lot of things that I don't learn in school. I rather read books than learn how to be cool. Oh, how I love reading books. In these books, I learned so many things. Look at the knowledge that these books can bring. I remember one book and it taught me how to sing. Oh, I love reading books. So someone says that reading books is for those that can understand and read personality. They listen to students from 6 minutes old. Oh, I love reading books. If they don't see the how, they will in the time. I'll let them read one of these great books of mine. And when they finish, they will miss one mine. Then they'll say I love reading books.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Great job. Loved your poems, and I hope you have a great day. Play it for one more time. Okay, I'd like to introduce my friends that are next to me here. I appreciate them. They're very good supporters of this program. Mr. Felchey, who's our Chief Academic Officer. Mrs. Rivera, who's the District AIS Facilitator. And this lady is Mrs. Norton. She's the principal of Jefferson School. Without these people, we would not have a meeting. I worked at Jefferson for a long time, and Jefferson has been the home of the Utica Reading Tutors program since it was instituted, I do believe. So I thank them and appreciate all that they do to make sure that this meeting can continue. We're starting our 53rd year this year, which is remarkable. And last year we did a fairly decent job, I feel, of servicing the children in the district. We had 29 volunteers that served, and I thank all of you for doing that. We dealt with 192 students, which was quite a big amount. And I think the one thing that surprised me is that we dedicated 715 hours of service. That's amazing for that small amount. If you look at the report that I have in the back, we had some years where we had 60 volunteers and we didn't even meet that number. So I thank you so much for your dedication and for all of your time. Mr. and Mrs. Kernan are away, but wanted me to be sure to thank you for continuing Kitty Kernan and her friends program. It means an awful lot to them. I know it means an awful lot to you. And I do believe that it's been a beneficial scenario for the entire city of Utica. We've had many wonderful experiences because of it. And we'd like to honor all of you today for your service. So when I call your name, if you would come up, we would like to present you with your certificate. And Mr. Felci and Mrs. Rayrod, if you would join me over here. And Ms. Morton, if you'd like to come shake their hand, we'd like to have you come too. Okay, so we'll start first with the people that have 1 year of service. Natalie Brown. Some people may be here, may not, but if they are not, we'll put Allison. Natalie. Mary Jane McMahon. Mary Sheik. Richard Thomas. Okay, now we have people for 2 years of service. Carl Cicerelli. Rosalind Carney. Paul Mayo. Elizabeth Rossi. For 3 years, Linda Walker. For 4 years, Diane Roskowitz. For 5 years, Sister Martha Larkin. For 6 years, Patricia Adams. And Elena Beatty. For 7 years, Betty Murtaugh. And Barry Wilcox. For 8 years, Teresa Bryla. For 9 years, Kathy Edith. Joanne Gould. "12 years, Linda Burns. Christine Reister. 15 years, Jill Greco. Monica Grignell. Phyllis Van Driesen. For 16 years, Phyllis Leahy. 17 years, Charmaine Johnson. 22 years, Elizabeth Schultz. Thank you again so much for all of your time and service. I know a lot of people are on vacation or could not make it today, but I'll make sure that I get their certificates to them. And Thank you again to all of you for just continuing and persevering. We appreciate it. Now it's time for you to sit back and relax. I have a great story I want to read to you. I hope it's a great story. I enjoyed it. You know, I cannot let you leave here without a story. Okay, the title of the story is The Day the Crayons Quit by Drew Zabel. One day in class, Duncan went to take out his crayons and found a stack of letters with his name on them. Hey, Duncan, it's me, Red Crayon. We need to talk. You make me work harder than any of your other crayons, all year long. I wear myself out, coloring fire engines, apples, strawberries, and everything else that's red. I even work on holidays. I have to color all the Santas at Christmas and all the hearts on Valentine's Day. I need a rest. Your overworked friend, Red Crayon. Dear Duncan, all right, listen. I love that I'm your favorite crayon for grapes, dragons, and lizards' hats, but it makes me crazy that so much of my gorgeous color goes outside the lines. If you don't start coloring inside the lines soon, I'm going to completely lose it. Your very neat friend, Purple Crayon. Dear Duncan, I'm tired of being called light brown or dark tan because I am neither. I am beige, and I am proud. I'm also tired of being second place to Mr. Brown Crayon. This is not fair. The brown gets all the bears, ponies, and puppies, but the only things I get are turkey dinners if I'm lucky. And wheat. Let's be honest. When was the last time you saw a kid excited about coloring wheat? Your beige friend, beige crayon. Duncan, gray crayon here. You're killing me. I know you love elephants. And I know that elephants are great. And that a lot of space to color in them all by myself. And I don't even get started on the things like hippos or humpback whales. You know how tired I am after handling all of these things. They're big animals. How about baby penguins? They're great, you know. So are little rocks, pebbles. How about one of those, you know, those little things that you give to other people, like a little stone or something? Can't you give me a break? You're very tired, friend. Great friend. Dear Duncan, you color with me, but what? Most of the time, I'm the same color as the page you're using me on, white. If I didn't have a black outline, you wouldn't even know I was there. I'm not even in a rainbow. I'm only used to coloring snow and to fill in empty spaces between other things, and it leaves me feeling, well, kind of empty. We need to talk. You're empty, friend. White friend. I don't know. I hate being used to draw the outline of things that are colored in by other colors, all of which think they're brighter than me. It's not fair when you use me to draw a nice beach ball and then you fill in the colors of the ball with all the other crayons. How about a black beach ball sometimes? Is that too much to ask for? Your friend, Black Crayon. Dear Duncan, as Green Crayon, I am writing for two reasons. One is to say that I like my work. Loads of crocodiles, trees, dinosaurs, and frogs. I have no problems, and I wish to congratulate you on a very successful coloring things green career so far. The second reason I write is for my friend Yellow Crayon and my other friend Orange Crayon, who are no longer speaking to each other. Both crayons feel they should be the color of the sun. Please settle this soon because they're driving the rest of us crazy. Your happy friend, Green Crayon. Dear Duncan, Yellow Crayon here. I need you to tell Orange Crayon that I am the color of the sun. I would, but we are no longer speaking to each other. And I have to prove to him that the sun is yellow. Now, last Tuesday you colored in a picture about the happy farm on page 7. And you colored me yellow. Set this straight for me, will you? yellow crayon. Dear Duncan, I see yellow crayon all over to talk to you, the big lineup. Anyway, could you please tell Mr. Tattletale that he is not the color of the sun? I would, but we're no longer speaking. We both know why I am clearly the color of the sun, because on Thursday you used me to color the sun on both the Monkey Island and the Meet the Zookeeper pages in your Day at the Zoo coloring book. Aren't you glad I'm here? You're pale, and the real color of the sun, orange crayon. Dear Duncan, it has been great being your favorite color this year, and the year before, and the year before that. I have really enjoyed all those oceans, lakes, rivers, raindrops, rain clouds, and clear skies. But the bad news is, I am so short and stubby, I can't even see over the railing in the crayon box anymore. I need a break. Your very stubby friend, Blue Crayon. Duncan. Okay, listen here, kid. You have not used me once in the past year. It's because you think I'm a girl's color, isn't it? Speaking of which, please tell your little sister I said thank you for using me to color in her princess coloring book. I think she did a fabulous job of staying inside the lens. Now, back to what I talked about. Could you please use me sometime to color the occasional pink dinosaur, or monster, or cowboy? Goodness knows, they could use a little splash of color. Your unused friend, Pink Crayon. Dear Duncan, it's me, Peach Crayon. Why did you peel off my paper wrapping? Now I'm naked, and I'm embarrassed to leave the crayon box. I can't even have any underwear. How would you like to go to school naked? I need some clothes. Help, a naked friend? Peach Crayon. Well, poor Duncan. He just wanted to color. And of course, he wanted his crayons to be happy. And it gave him an idea. When Duncan showed his teacher his new picture, she gave him an A for coloring. And an A+ for creativity. Now, before I end, I'd like us all to remember that our world is a box of crayons, and our differences make us unique. I hope that you discover some of that this year when you work with your students. Have a great one. Thank you. Before you go with everyone, I'd like to give these people a chance to at least say hello to you, so I'll call up Mr. Felchey first.
Hello. Just a few brief remarks. On behalf of Dr. Davis, the superintendent of schools, the school board, all of our teachers and students, I just want to thank all of you for the help that you've given our students throughout the years. We're proud of the fact that this partnership with local volunteer readers has been in place almost as long as I've been alive, over a half a century. Educational research strongly supports the idea that children who are involved in programs with adult reading volunteers are more likely to be successful students. In fact, a 2006 study by Brian Volkman, published in the Oxford Academic Journal, showed that children who are read to by volunteers can improve school attendance, which we all know is a contributing factor to literacy, and then in the end, increasing graduation rates. Not only is this due to the time that volunteer readers spend providing individualized reading instruction in order to improve literacy, it's also a testament to the special connection that all of you are making with kids, and then they want to come to school. So once again, we appreciate your efforts, and we look forward to your continued work with our students because it has made a major difference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Felchey. And I want to thank Mr. Felchey. He's been a big supporter of this program. He's kept us going for quite a long time here. What he said is true. What you do with those children really has a big impact on them, and it has a big impact on you as well, which is a wonderful opportunity. Mr. Mayra?
So when I think of this group, I think about selflessness.
With everything going on today, everyone is busy, 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 but you take the time to sit with our students. True selflessness is acting without thinking about how we will profit or benefit. Why practice selflessness? Being selfless helps us identify and connect with others, and that in and of itself is rewarding. It helps squash our egos because we're not acting out of pride or a desire to be noticed. Selflessness helps us act from our heart and soul instead of our ego, tapping into our true desired feelings. It helps improve relationships, and it's contagious. We want to be around generous, loving, giving people. These are the people that ultimately make the world a better place. You make the world a better place. Thank you so much for all you do. And I wanted to also take this opportunity to ask you to spread the word about the work you do. As Mary Teresa mentioned, over the years, with COVID and everything else, our numbers have gone down. We need to get those numbers back up. When you sit one-on-one with a student, you are giving them your attention, and they are giving you their attention, but both of those are equally important. They need that one-on-one time. They don't always get it in school or at home. So thank you for that. Never forget the difference you make. Somebody told me that before. Thank you so much. And a very special thank you to Mary Teresa. She has been working with this program for how many years? Because she's arguing with me about it. She argues with me about it.
She asked me the other day. I'm starting my 11th year of retirement. I started doing this after I retired, so it's 8 years that I believe we had 2 years of COVID. So I believe it's not the number. I had a volunteer career in my classroom as a teacher and loved it, and so did my students. So I know how important it is, and I don't want to see it go away. So thank you for any of that.
Exactly. It's been too long. Thank you, Mary Teresa.
Thank you, Mr. Weaver. I won't argue with you too many times, but there will be a few more, I promise. Okay, and now Mrs. Norton, if you come up, please.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you all for coming today. We love having you here. Thank you for your service throughout the years, whether it's 1 year or 10 years. It all means something to the student that you're working with. So thank you for your service. We look forward to working with you in every building throughout this year. If you have any questions or anything, please let your contact person know, and we'll make sure that we get you whatever you need for our students to be successful with this. Thank you.
Well, I think we're up to a wonderful year. It's nice to see all of you here, and you can go meet Duncan in the back there in 1 second. Again, I just want to say thank you to the district, to Dr. Davis, Mr. Fauci, Board of Education, Mrs. Norton, Mrs. Harris, I argue with you over here, Mrs. Rayrod, the custodial staff at Jefferson, Mrs. Harris, who so kindly always videotapes this for us, Mrs. Rivera and her class, all the facilitators, the principals. I don't know where this young man is back here, but I thank you so much for coming. And if you just get something to drink or whatever, and then meet up with the people that are here. If you have any questions during the year, mtblutus@gmail.com. Just contact me anytime. And I hope this year is as wonderful as last year. Thank you again.